Hey, Don here. Okay, it's been so long since I did a stream, I forgot what everything was supposed to look like when it was working. I'm looking over there at my laptop to make sure everything was working properly. And I was expecting I would hear it too. And, oh yeah, it's muted. Okay, now, there we go. Actually, the volume was pretty good. I turned it up thinking it just wasn't up loud enough, but it was loud enough. It was just muted altogether. I forgot it does that. Okay, so I'm actually back making another live stream, and let's go over here to the desktop. It's been a while. I haven't been feeling well at all, and I haven't felt up to doing any or working on anything or anything. Last video I made was May 6th. 2018, and this is June 7th, 2018. I am feeling better today, and I've felt might have had a couple of days, I don't know. You know, I've been, of course, up and down, but I might have had a day or two here and there, but I didn't feel up to, didn't feel like I could get started or whatever on my work. The last time I worked on Mom's, that video was when I installed a new shower head in the bathroom, those three. And then that one, the last one I did, part 82 on Mom's Fedora 27 upgrades. And I just read the other day that I happened to see a deal Fedora 26 is fixing to be EOL end of life. They call it EOL. And I thought, well, my gosh, I didn't know Fedora 27 was that old. And they said, well, Fedora 28's out and 29's coming out. And I thought Fedora 28 was coming out this June, but it's already out. I don't know. I might have got things confused. I kind of went with 27. I remember thinking about it, and I thought, well, 27 will have more of the bugs worked out. But now, it'll just be a matter of, I don't know, 8 months, 10 months till I'd really rather be on 28. But anyway, I'm not doing that today. I've been spent all day trying to catch up on things. I've got bigger fish to fry, and I'll show you what's going on. Let me make sure everything is still working on my stream. I'll let that thing play over there while I forgot how to do it. Oh yeah. What? View count reporting metrics may be incorrect for June 4th and 5th. We're working on it. Oh, well, I wasn't doing any videos anyway. Okay, so that's my desktop. At least I know that much. I guess if I leave it silent, I'll know. Well, you want to know if it works, period. And that old machine can't load up very fast. There we go. I want to be able to hear it, but I don't want it so loud that it's louder than me. There we go. That should be good enough. Now, it takes so long for it to I keep thinking I've got it on delay because I thought, well, if the machine is slow, okay, desktop's what I want. Okay, desktop. See, now I can't. I'll pause it. I can't talk with myself talking in the background. Can't do it. It just completely puts my brain to a halt. Okay. So I am on the desktop, and sound's working. Okay, so here's some screenshots. Let's go ahead and make them full screen. Okay, now here's some screenshots. Oh, that's my add-ons. I don't know how I got there. Okay, well, so anyway, these are the add-ons that I have on my system, on my the one I'm streaming from, the Lenovo i5, and the Firefox. This is Firefox, and everything seems fine and dandy with them. I like them. I've had about twice as many before, and it slowed down the Firefox, so I try to keep them down to a minimum. They've grown recently. And then that is the only codecs that I've got. I need. I don't have to. I used to install Flash and Java and this and that and the other, and this enough to make everything that I want to see work nowadays. And these are the legacy add-ons. These are the ones that won't work anymore in the new Quantum Firefox. And some of them I really liked, but they don't work. So, and I used that find replacement and found some of those ones I have. But okay, now here's the problem. Now, see that right there? Don't allow. I'm very lucky. Of course, I mean, I saw that. I thought that was crap the instant I saw it, but and you can't see the address because of that. Well, there's the address right there. It wants to take you. It's the warning. This is a warning from Firefox. FFINST25 FFINST25.download. Well, there's a major red flag right there. Firefox prevented this site from asking you to install software on your computer. Well, it's asking you. It says don't allow or allow. And of course, I clicked don't allow, and I did a screenshot so I'd be able to know what it was. It makes me scared to be around it. Probably don't click on it, but it's a screenshot. It says Firefox requires a manual update, and I thought, what? And for a second, I was like, what? I have mine set for automatic updates. I've never heard of such a thing. This update is required to ensure that you are protected on the internet. And of course, the general way they wrote that sentence is kind of a clue right there. Install now. And of course, first, before you ever say yes to anything, it's caught me off guard. It wasn't a pop-up, but it was a pop-up tab. It opened up. And protect yourself immediately on the internet. Internet pages are automatically examined and possibly blocked. Increase protection against malware and viruses. Well, that's what Firefox already does. So, yeah, this is bad. Of course, you probably know that already. I'd never seen it before. I hadn't seen anything like this in a while. I run Fedora 23 Linux on this machine, and yeah, I'm going to be updating it as soon as I get through with Mom's. But I keep Firefox completely up to date by having it. I don't use the installed version. If I was using the version that's in the Fedora 23 repos, it would be behind. It would be like Firefox 50 because it's still on there, but I don't use it. I just run it in what I call standalone mode, or it's kind of like portable mode. You just download the tar.gz file, unzip it into my home directory, and I can't show it from there. Let's go over here. I think oh man, I hate that. That's why I got confused. Okay, that's how I got back to the first. Okay, this right here, all I have to do is go right click, properties, and browse to the where I have it. See, home down Firefox. Actually, it's Firefox. There's two Firefox folders. And so so that will open up the standalone version, as I call it. And I'll go back to full screen. I like that. I don't use this in this way a whole lot, so I'm kind of not used to that. I don't know, I keep forgetting I'm not on it looks just like my screen, So anyway, no, I didn't do it. And there's the screenshot of the whole thing. I looked up there and saw that weird address. That's when I was like, what the heck? That's not even close to Firefox, address. Or a Mozilla. Of course, Firefox doesn't have Firefox.com. It's Mozilla in the first place. That's who makes it, Mozilla. It's the name of the outfit that makes it. And so, I wasn't going to do it as soon as I started reading it, What I did do that kind of worried me for a second there is I tried to right click on this. I do that on any link anyway. Well, after I kind of read it and I thought, okay, let's see. I knew I wasn't going to do it, so I tried to right click on it, and of course in here it's a whole different set of right clicks. But and when I'm in my browser, let's see, I don't have the browser open. I kind of got myself confused here. Anyway, I have add-ons to scan links, and buttons are links too, So I right-clicked, and instead of it bringing up the dialog where I could scan it with my scanners, I have two of them. Let me see. Where is this? I guess making it full screen is just giving me trouble. Now, here's the thing. It's not doing it anymore, but for a while there, pretty much for a couple of days there, I'm kind of going backwards in my story. For a couple of days when I would open up Firefox, it would go ahead and open those pages back up again. That one and another one, which I'll get to in a minute. But I should have stayed where I was. Well, there's a link right there. So if I right click, see, I can say scan that link. There you go. It's scanning it down here. And then I can also use I forgot what that one that's an add-on in Firefox. And then VTZilla, you can go down there and scan the link, the whole page, or insert text hash to search. Well, I don't know what what I would do with that. Anyway, if you do that, it'll open up in a new tab and it'll scan it with like 60 different virus scanners. That's a real good one. This being a Google link and all that, I don't know what will happen with it. But this one's finally, it finished, and it says clean site, so you can just click on that and go there. I guess that's Google Play Store. I don't know what it is. Oh, no, it's like, I didn't know Google. I never noticed that. I don't look at that stuff. I don't know. Maybe that's where you go to buy. I saw something in my news about, don't they have Google? Yeah, okay, it's their electronics. I was thinking, I thought it was clothes for a minute. I was like, they don't sell clothes, do they? So anyway, I haven't ever bought any of their stuff because now here this one is finished. So it scanned. There's three of them that hadn't rated that link, but all the rest of them have. So it's 0 and 68 coming back with a bad. It all says clean, clean, clean. So you can feel pretty good about clicking on that link. I use it quite a bit. You never know where you're going to run into something bad, but I'll go ahead and close my browser for right now. So let's go back over here. Okay, so it wouldn't let me do that. It would just go full screen. Well, of course, anytime I want to get a full screen, I use escape, and it went right back out. And I tried it again. It did it 2 or 3 times. I thought, I better watch out. I might accidentally click on it. You can. You might accidentally click on it even with the right click, or if you just kind of let your finger slip and hit a left click. My fingers slip sometimes. So I started a search on it, and I just searched for that whole URL. I copied it out of the browser. I didn't. I couldn't, even if I wanted to, right click and copy it from here. So I copied it from up here. That's just text. So as long as you don't, you're not going to activate that bad link. That's the what would get you if you clicked on that in any way. So so I searched for it, and then I got to looking into the settings. Let's see, where was oh, that's page info. I think I used let's see, how did I do that? I don't remember. I did something to do page info, and so doesn't supply ownership information. Yeah, that's Firefox, right? That's Mozilla. Forgot what this said. Have I visited before? No. Is this website storing information cookies on my computer? Yes. I need to. Oh, I didn't notice that before. Should delete the cookie. Yeah, you should be able to delete those cookies. Well, I don't know if you can do it from here or not. I don't use this section a lot. I use add-ons that take care of most of that stuff for me automatically. Not encrypted. All safe downloads are encrypted now. I mean, like programs and stuff. They pretty much all sites that have safe, because if they're not encrypted, well, it's just the thing they think is best to do these days. Okay, and then this is another page, the permissions page in this same section, and that's where I was looking over that, saying, "Oh, is it what I thought maybe I could stop it from doing anything in here, but actually you couldn't change anything in here, and so it's just all the it's kind of, I got to looking at at other pages, and it's kind of the defaults is what that is, So I won't go into that a whole lot. Now here's media. This is a media that was on the page. Pretty handy. I'll have to just get back in the browser and see how you get into this. I've forgotten how you get into it. Page info. I don't know if it's an add-on that brings that up or if it's a standard. I think it might be something just standard in Firefox. You can just do this. I'm generally just look at the HTML code when I want to see what's going on. But there can be so much code on the side. This is pretty good. This is really good. It breaks it down for you. So there wasn't anything that looked crazy in there, just backgrounds and images. And then general, there's just a general. Of course, it would open up to that general tab, and then you'd go out, go looking around. But that was pretty. That very, really confirmed that it was not only to me that it was not only a fake site, which of course that was obvious, but that it was a bad fake site, dangerous one. And this is, I opened up the right click on help. Click on help and then go down to the bottom. I can't show you because I'm in a screen, and that thing keeps doing that. But well, it wouldn't work anyway. This is a screenshot. But anyway, go to help. I was just trying to show you where help is what I was trying to do. Help, and go to the bottom one, and it'll say about Mozilla Firefox, and that's what I'm running. I was running that day. It was 60.01. I think it upgraded once since then. So I just put that in there for my own notes. And then just another screenshot. Oh, which one is that? Oh, I put my mouse up there. So, oh yeah, see it says update for Firefox 59. That's either the same outfit or another bad one. Mozilla.download, and it says suspicious site. So, because see, this is out of my search. See, when I search for that address, you got to watch out when you do that, because you can bring up more of the bad stuff from those people, whatever address it might be. See, it's not the exact same address. It's a different address, but it's and it could be different people, who knows, but it's still malicious, it's so that's another malicious site, which, yeah, it's purple because I did click on it. Did I go to it? I don't know if it went purple when I right clicked and said scan it, or it may have. I can't remember. No, I didn't go to that because I saw it right away. I thought, well, I wasn't looking for anything to download, so no, I didn't go there. So I guess when I clicked, I showed you that little add-on. When I clicked on it, it turned it purple because it went to it for me and checked it. Okay, now is that the last one? Oh, there's another one okay, the top one. Actually, that one I think I did get. That top one I went to first, and then I got to thinking, well, maybe I better make sure that site's okay. I don't remember ever hearing of malware tips. So it was clean, and I'd already been reading on it, I think. And okay, so that's whoops. There's a couple more screenshots in there. Yeah, malware tips, and then what was the next one? I guess that was just. I don't know why I took that screenshot. Okay, and I spent. Now this is kind of going backwards. Actually, it might have been. Well, it's fine, but I was in my cache. I decided to try to delete. This is my backup drive. So I thought, well, I don't want to have any backups of this malicious stuff. So I found through my Clam AV virus scan. I found this cache folder that had some malicious stuff in it, some old malicious stuff, that had been backed up, like in emails and stuff that I never opened, but they were just there. And I thought, well, I'm going to delete all of my. I'm just going to the next screenshot. I'm going to delete all of my cache out of there. I don't need backups of cache that could, any of it. None of it's necessary. Can't really ever think of a time I've ever needed my cache, unless I just wanted to go see some. I have in years past, gone through and I saw a picture and then I moved on and I wanted to see it again or whatever, and I went and found it in the cache, but it takes forever to find stuff in there, so it's not really worth it. But so I said delete all, and then it sat there forever at 3%, and so finally I gave up, and I thought, well, I'll do it later. So I haven't finished doing that yet. Okay, now I did, and this is in reverse order. This is the way these screenshots are in there. Maybe if I would have ordered them. Let's see if I can do that. It's got me confused. Okay, let me. I don't know. We'll see what happens because this has got me confused. Okay, so if I do newest to oldest, maybe it'll even. It's just too weird. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so this is the end. This is the end. Yeah, that's the end of my virus scan. So now, when you scan with Clam AV, this is KLAMA. God. Okay, the virus scanner is CLAMAV. KLAMAV is the GUI interface That's a KDE GUI program to control it for you. So there's only really two. There's one, and this is the one that works the best for me, and I use it. Even though I don't use KDE, I like a lot of KDE apps, but I don't use the KDE desktop. I use Mate. So that was results, and see, you got to learn what's good, what's okay, and what's not in Linux. You can't, if you go, like I ran it as root too, so that I could scan all folders. You'll be denied access to anything important that takes root privileges if you just run it as your regular user. But don't run it as root and just start deleting stuff. You'll break your system in a heartbeat. And I've learned over the years. I started Linux in 2005, so I've learned. And even if I don't know exactly what each little file is, I have a general idea what that they're not. A lot of Linux files show up as a broken executable to even though this is ClamAV for Linux, it still works. It's looking for Windows-style viruses, basically, for the most part. And so it looks broken. It's not broken, really. It just looks broken to a Windows-style virus scanner as a broken executable. And broken executables can be infected with malware. Even in Windows, you have to decide the same thing. Used to, you had to do this with pretty much all virus scanners back in the old Windows 3.1 days and everything. You had to learn this stuff, but then as they got smarter and easier to use, then you didn't have to worry about all that. But still, actually, I'd say 80 to 90% of the time, if you've got an infected system, you're going to have infected Windows system files. And when you get one, if you just let your scanner clean it, and when you have to, it's going to break your system. But with Linux, anything that there's just a few that can actually harm the Linux system. The problem is you don't want to keep them and send them on to somebody else somehow, and you don't, or infect one of your own Windows systems, and in this case, you don't want it. There is a big risk of your web browser sending out your personal information back. That's what this does. I'll get to that here in a little bit, but it sending out your personal information back to these hackers. So all of these were okay. Heuristics, encrypted 7-zip, and encrypted zips. See, they're okay. I knew that by looking at them. And then they're still not in the right order. This is actually worse than the way I had it before. Let's just go back. I'm not so with it, am I? Okay, so let's go through here. Oh, here's what I can do. Oh, that would be the end. Yeah, that would be where I was a minute ago. Okay, so that was not helping me any at all. Let's get out of that. Okay, there's the last one to do with that particular thing. The malware site, the virus site. It's not. Well, you can call it whatever you want to call it, malware, Trojan, worm. There is a real. There are real classifications for all these things, but I don't know what you necessarily want to call it. Oh, let's see. Did I skip over that? This, I guess I did. Not infected. I ran. What I ran was checkrootkit. And when you install checkrootkit in Linux, I'm trying to find it. There it is. CHK rootkit. So you open it up, and all it does is give you a terminal. There's another one that will actually open it up and run it for you, but in this one, I'll just do it. It's not intensive. Well, you got to give it the root password. If I can remember it, and it'll just start scanning. and it doesn't take too long. And for some reason, my system just does it every time I have to type in my root password. It gives me an SE Linux notice, but so just let it run again. Okay, so now it's in a different order now, so maybe I don't know. This is actually the order I wanted, I think. Yeah. Okay, somehow I got it in the order I wanted it to be in. Okay, so let's make it full screen so you can see it better. Okay, so that was it. That was that, and then this was at the beginning of my scan as it began to show some results. You know what I was talking about, the heuristics, broken executables, and even encrypted zips and encrypted PDFs, and sometimes those can very often be bad. But I looked at them and I knew what they were. You know, they were either came with a program that I knew I wanted on there, or because a lot of this stuff is Windows programs, you know, and I do have to watch out because when you download a program, you think you might try it out one day, and it's either on my backup, and it was scanning my backup drive, which was a big mistake. I let it run a whole day, a night, and up until like probably 12. There it is, 12. It was still running at 12:27 p.m. Well, I don't know if that's the first day or the second day. It might have been the first day. But anyway, it doesn't go in order. For some reason, this program doesn't just start at the top or, your directories and go through. It's almost like it randomly jumps around. I mean, once it gets in a directory, it'll stay there until it's done. But I have never in all these years found a pattern to it, so I didn't know. But I thought, well, you know what? I really do need to scan my backup drive. I've been meaning to for a while. But it got to the next day, next afternoon, noon or 3 or whatever, and I finally gave up and started the scan over. I think it was 11 to 12. Maybe that was about the time I started it over. I think it was, now that I think about it. Yeah, it was. I remember now. So that was when I started it over, and I unplugged that drive, so that it wouldn't scan my backup drive. It's a USB 4.5 terabyte drive, and it has about 2.5 terabytes on it right now. So anyway, it did find a couple of things on there. In one of my backups, my 1525 laptop mail, it was already in the bulk mail folder from Yahoo. It was a phishing SSL spoof, and then there was another one in the cache. That's when I got to thinking about the Firefox. It's cache Mozilla Firefox, and it was a Trojan agent. Now those are bad, So I went ahead and deleted those, and I'm still gonna have to go back. And I think what I'm gonna have to do, I mean, I can't really it works your machine too hard for you to be able to really. My machine, it's a quad core with 4 gig of RAM, and that's not enough to really be able to do much. Well, and the biggest thing is I only have 256 megabyte of onboard video memory on this thing, and so I really can't just do my thing and watch my online videos and stuff while it's PlamAV's running. So I'm going to try hooking it up to some other machine. And I've got an old laptop with a broken screen, but it's got but it runs. It's a 2 gig. It's only a dual core, but I think it has 2 or 3 gig of RAM, and I can just let it do that only, and just let it run for days. I plugged it into my server. I thought I might do it on my server, but it's at like 2.5 gigahertz, but it's only a single core, and it wouldn't even recognize the drive. I think it's a USB 1.0 or something. So anyway, there's the one, and I went ahead and deleted those. So what I ended up deleting was those 4 files that I did delete a couple of those ones that are broken executables that I didn't think. There was something in my downloads folder, and so that I thought, well, I'm not going to take a chance with those. And that was on my backup drive too. See, actually, all of these were on my backup drive. And so, okay, now here's where the second scan, the first scan never completed. I stopped it and started again. So the next day, after I had to let it run all night again, I think it finished. Well, it finished at 7:53. Oh, that's when I looked at it. I don't know when it finished, but that's when I looked at it. 7:53 a.m. yesterday, and it was finished. And so I saw nothing in there, and I just have to take page on down and take another screenshot. So I just saw nothing in there. No actual infected files of any type. Just a lot of encrypted and broken that it thinks are broken executables are not actually So it's kind of weird because even though this is written for Linux, this ClamAV, it actually you'll get the same kind of results from Windows virus scanners. It seems to work like a Windows virus scanner. Well, I mean, that's what it's really looking for, so I guess it has to. But those will automatically always set this thing to only report. Don't ever tell it to just delete them automatically, not in Linux. And so, and some Windows virus, like rescue disk and stuff, I thought about using some rescue ISO that I have, to boot up to a live system, but most of them would automatically delete everything. Some of them you can set them to just give you a report, but some of them they don't tell you. They're not going to let you set them up until you already get it running. So, and plus, well, I was feeling really bad during those days, and I didn't feel like dragging stuff out and hooking things up. That's why I haven't scanned my backup drive. Today's the first day I felt like doing anything and dragging anything new out. So I go ahead and check my preview there. Okay, so let's see. See, yeah, I didn't delete. Okay, now that's the end of my screenshots. Now, I didn't delete anything else. So, long story long, everything else has gotten, thrown by the wayside. Okay, so by this, because I've got to make sure that there's nothing in Firefox that's bad. Okay, so here's the results of that. It's pretty long, it goes through a whole lot. And check rootkit, my system, of course, still gets updates. It's not end of life yet, so well, actually, it is end of life. Some things get updates and some things don't. This may not be getting updates, but so I wouldn't completely trust this, because it's not. I'm not 100% sure if it's getting updated or not. But anyway, of the things that it knows about, nothing was there. So it's helpful, but it's really only real helpful if your system is not, end of life. So that's the other thing. I just really need to quit running this system. I just wanted to build my mom's new system first, and well, I never get these things done because of my health. Really, it's not that I just keep putting things off on purpose. But anyway, okay. So when I open my browser back up, it's the last 5 or 6 times I've opened it up today. I keep closing it and opening it just to see what will happen. See if it comes up with these 2 pages, and I'll show you what the pages are. And let's go to my add-ons. Let's look. They should be just the same as they were. And the fact that I can go to my add-ons page is a good thing, because if that was installed, that was the first thing it said. It won't allow you to go to about add-ons right there. So and I thought, well, I can go there. I guess I'm all right. But then when I started seeing, well, it popped that offer to install that popped back up again. I thought, okay, there's something wrong. And I kind of actually started going through my add-ons, and I went to their preferences to see if maybe one of them pointed to no, I didn't expect it to point to that download page, but this other one I'll show you in my bookmarks. But none of them did. Well, what I got to thinking, and I'll show you that. Let me open up my bookmarks here, and get to my links from when I was. Where is it? Now I'm not seeing it. Is this the one I'm looking for? Yeah, this is the one. Okay. I clicked on it. I guess I should rename that a little bit different so I can tell quicker. Yeah. There we go. Tabs opening up. Now maybe that'll. Okay, so yeah, FF install. Uh, that's what it stands for, FF install. But FFINST25 and addonbrowser.com is the other one that kept opening up, and it just looked like I'd seen something similar several times in the last several months, and it has some little ads at the top that are animated and trying to get you to download games and stuff. And I just thought one of my add-ons is doing that. I thought it was doing it, and maybe it is, maybe it was, every time it updated, because it would happen. I would get 2 or 3 tabs. See, this is a normal thing that I don't like it, but it is a normal thing. Is when your add-ons update, you'll and you first open up Firefox, you'll get 2 to 4 tabs. You know, if 4 of them update the same day, then you'll get 4 tabs opening up saying thank you from updating. You know. But I do remember one of them, and I don't remember the address, and I think I may have even, researched them a little bit in the last few months. So this could have actually, I've never seen that FF install before, but I've seen tabs popping up that I didn't know what add-on they came from, and I was like, okay, whichever one that is. I actually do remember uninstalling a couple, thinking, okay, if it's it might be then uninstalled, because I wasn't using them really anyway. I thought they were just using aggressive advertising, to try to get you to download more of their affiliated software, to try to make money. And it was just aggravating me, but I didn't think it was dangerous. Well, this one's dangerous, this one here. And let's see, they call it Big Search. Let's see, is this the one? Yeah. How to remove Big Search's adware Firefox add-on scam. Look familiar? Yeah. And so in Windows, now this is all about Windows, of course, when you find these things. I did try to find some stuff about Linux. I never did find anything specifically about this. But this is actually the best explanation of it, and it's for Windows, how to get rid of it. Yeah, I spent a bunch of time on the Firefox website and got nowhere with that, and you usually don't when you try to find any help for pretty much anything on Firefox. You just find endless links to generalized information that doesn't really help. Once in a while, if it's a standard procedure, you'll find a very, very long set of instructions to follow, and sometimes you have to ever get it done. But I'm not going to just reread all this. But if you run into this or anything like it, I saw that there's some under different names, but you'll see a similar picture. Then, well, just, you can look it up however way you want. Be careful when you're looking it up. If you look it up the way I did of the actual URL, be careful what you click on. It's really good to have, like I said, let's see, is there a link in here anywhere? Well, there's a bunch of links over here. So let's say I was wanting to go there. So I would right click and I can scan it with that little one. It'll pop it down there at the bottom of the page to scan it, or I can scan it with 60 different scanners right there. That's the best one. If you're doing searches, if you're doing Google or whatever, Bing or any Yahoo searches or wherever you're searching, doesn't matter. There's always the possibility of a bad link. So if you're searching for information on something that you think is bad, then be careful about what you click on in your search results. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so the typical behavior of now what it is, it's a malicious Firefox. What it does is I never did say that yet. And it tricks you into it says it tricks you into clicking on it, the OK. It ends up with an OK box, and you think you're getting out, but what you're doing is installing it, and it's not reinstalling Firefox or anything, or installing a fake, a bad version of Firefox. It's installing an add-on into Firefox, a malicious add-on, and that's what's scary, because that can work in Linux, Windows, Mac, Android, whatever you got. It could work in it. If it can work in Firefox, it can work, period. So that's why I'm making the video, because I'm standing up and paying attention here. So this thing, it says it blocks, about add-ons. Well, I didn't have that problem, so I never did install that bad thing. But why am I getting these pop-ups. That's what I'd like to know. I don't know. And it wasn't just from a website I went to, because it kept doing it. And I thought do it 2 more days or after the first day it did it. Hasn't done it anymore today, and maybe it was in my cache or something, or my well, you know, I have these. It could be that. See, I have, well, of course, AdBlock Plus helps protect you. That's why I vehemently hate these people trying to try to push you into turning off ad blockers, because this is where a lot of our, maybe most of our malware is coming from is through ad networks nowadays. So it's one of the easiest ways for them to get them in there to see, because you're on a trusted site, but that ad network goes off to everywhere, and you don't know what's, without something to protect you. That's the only thing you got to protect you, is ad blockers from that stuff, the bad parts of that stuff. It's not just the annoyance of the ads blinking, which I can't stand that either, but it's the malware and viruses and trojans and everything. And malware's, that includes everything. I had some, in my legacy add-ons, I had Better Privacy and AdBlock Plus, the old version. And, of course, I had a link checker from Dr. Webb, element hiding helper, media converter, scrapbook. Okay, so that was the ones that protected me. So AdBlock I've still got. They just rewrote it for the new version of Firefox. That there I put in there and thought I might use. I think I'll just take it out. I'm really not going to use it. It didn't turn out the way I thought anyway. Let's just hit remove. That's what happens when you hit remove, and then once you, in case you didn't know that, some of them it'll say you need to reboot, not reboot, but restart Firefox. If it says reboot, I'd be worried. It says restart Firefox. So, of course, that's one of my link scanners. Stylus is where you can you can change. I use that to make me be able to see what I read my watch later list, my playlists in YouTube. You can make if there's websites that aren't working the way you want, but you've got to get into the HTML. You got to learn a little bit if you don't already know it. Image search. So you see, that's all I got now. And the web developer, that's what I was talking about, how you can see the code on the page. That's why I wasn't sure whether or not you can do that on every page or not. Let's see. Right click, somewhere out in the white away from everything, and you can see all of what you could do. Translate, of course you don't need to do that. View page source, now that is the standard built-in way. That'll just let you see everything. But if you want to where is it? Inspect the element. Oh, page info. That's how you get to that. That's pretty good. I had let that escape me I forget that it's there. And I don't think that's part of my add-on. I think that's standard in Firefox. Inspect element. That's the one I use a lot. And you can move around to different. I forgot how you do it right this minute, and that's not what I'm trying to show. But anyway, okay. So yeah, see, I really don't have very much that I haven't. Probably ought to look again because it's been several months. But Better Privacy really was good. It would delete all the super cookies and all the bad crap. It was just fantastic, and so I didn't have to worry about that. And then plugins, the only two I have on here, I think I showed that a while ago. This one and this one. That's all I've needed ever since I got in Fedora 23. So to make things play, make media play. Okay, so now the typical behavior of this is Advertising banners are injected in the websites you're visiting. They're injected in the page. They're not in that page, normally. They're being injected in there. Random page text is turned into hyperlinks. And if you haven't been seeing that and you suddenly see that, that would be a warning sign. Browser pop-ups appear which recommend fake updates or other software. Now that did happen, of course. Browser, but the one that was being recommended is this one, the one I didn't install. So that's why I'm still worried. The browser homepage and default search engine may be changed. Mine haven't been. I've had that happen to me before on Windows systems. I've never had it happen on a Linux system. Your browser search queries are being redirected or tracked. Now you wouldn't know about that. That's the thing that you don't know. Now this goes into step by step how to take it out, and it tells you to go to Task Manager or Start Task Manager. Now I can't do that. I'm not in Windows. How to remove that bad thing if you had that, and it tells you it may be very overwhelming, but it's not that hard. Just follow the directions. Okay, and I'm going to get on here down here, and I say I can't run Malwarebytes. I love Malwarebytes. I've got it on my phones. I put it on all my Windows system. I've used that Hitman Pro before. Or I use different ones for stuff like that, for malware on one of the programs. Oh, okay. Well, there's some for junk apps to get rid of. I don't know about that one. Zemina. I never even heard of it, I don't think. But anyway, and you got to watch out. You got to be careful because, see, like I never heard of malware tips before. I did scan it, and I know this page is okay, but this stuff you could always, there's lots and lots. Who knows how many good look, they look like good advice sites, but they're actually there. These things are going to send you to malware, these links that are supposed to help you. So you got to watch out there. So that's why just start out with some get you some add-ons that you can scan links and scan downloads. See that one VTZilla. If your link is going to a file, then it scans that file that's going to be downloaded to see if it's okay. That's what's so good about that. Okay, now, step 1, reset Firefox. Now, I can do that. I've never done it, but it says the big search extension can't be removed manually. Now, I don't have that one on there, but I was seeing the offer, and I'm worried that whatever caused the trouble isn't just gone away. Maybe it was the cookies. There may have been some cookies that were in cache or something that finally got deleted by a standard. Let's see. How do I have my cookies set up? Let's see. I'll just kind of go through home pages. Automatically install updates. Now, see this like I was saying earlier. I'm running in a standalone mode, and so this automatically install updates is very important. When you're running the version from your repo, this won't work, even though if you click it, even if it'll let you turn it on. But if you're running it in standalone mode, right there it is. Home done Firefox. See now, whoops. Now the install version is in .mozilla Firefox. That's the install version. That is where all of my my bookmarks. There's more than one profile in there. There's the profile that came with it, and then the one that I imported. When I've kept my profile for years, in Firefox profile for years. So that's why there's more than one profile in there. Okay, so okay, I don't need any of that. The search, I set up, the searches that I want and I don't want. And I don't really need Wikipedia. I don't really need Amazon. I added Wolfram Alpha. That's pretty cool. And I just the other day saw YouTube. I thought, well, that might be nice to be able to just do that quickly without having to go to YouTube. Okay, remember logins. Yeah, accept cookies. Oh, I've left it on defaults. I'm going to change that. I've been setting up. I set up a new Firefox on my server. I set it up like this until I close Firefox. It may break all my well, I don't think you need it anymore for auto logins. Used to, your logins will be saved in cookies, but now there's, you have an actual encrypted password if you want to save your passwords in Firefox. Accept third-party cookies and site data. Now I hadn't noticed. See, these are the defaults, and I had not remembered to change them. I said never on another machine, and I didn't notice things not working. So I'm gonna say keep the cookies until I close Firefox, because AdBlock Plus doesn't delete cookies for you, but you can do it right there. And then accept third-party cookies. Never. There's no need in any third-party cookies in sites you don't even go to. So you can say sites always, or from visited sites I visit. So see, sites will put cookies in your browser that you're not even going to, and that's also how they track you and stuff. So block cookies. You can't just block all cookies, or things just won't work. Your websites won't work. But if you keep, I've done that before in the past. Just keep the cookies for the set. It used to say keep the cookies for the session. That's kind of a little bit easier to understand. And you can always add exceptions and stuff. Or is that for cookies? Yeah, that's for cookies. I don't have any in there. Here's the thing, though. I'm pretty sure I set all this up the way I wanted it, and as Firefox does its automatic updates, it may change this stuff on you, and that's what's aggravating, and put it back to what they want the defaults to be. So I don't care what any software company tells you, how they're on your side and they're open and they're so wonderful for you. They'll do this stuff to you. Okay, so what's all this? Okay, that's the stuff I would sync. And that is the other thing that's got me worried. Syncing. I'm going to close it now. I'm afraid that syncing will put it in all my other machines that I sync with, my Firefox with. And so today I needed to do some things that I wanted to log into an account. Well, I didn't want to do it on this machine, so I tried to do it on my server, but it's too slow. It couldn't handle it. It kept saying, that little yellow thing coming up saying, this page is slowing down your browser. What do you want to do? And I kept having to click wait, and so I couldn't do it. I finally had to give up. So then I thought, well, okay, Mom's machine is new and fast. It's an 8-core with 8 gig RAM. And so I went in there, and I didn't want to do it on her, and I didn't want to get my passwords or cookies or anything in her new account, in her browser, and it really fouls things up. If you try to log into, say, 2 different Google accounts or whatever on the same browser, it'll fight each itself, and you won't be able to get in or get into the account you want to get into, because especially if you use saved logins. But those cookies are the other thing that you really kick your butt, because some sites don't really use the real the Firefox password thing. They use their own cookie setup, and you'll be screwed. So I thought, okay, it hit me. Okay, well, I can just make myself a user on her machine. And so I made me a user, and then I set up Firefox. I wanted to get the newest Firefox, so I set up Firefox standalone, like I call it, portable, and in my little account, and I just went in and did what I needed to do. So I've been doing that all day. So, but resetting Firefox, oh, that's what I was wanting to get into. Let's see. Oh, it's called refresh. Can't time. There it is. Okay, I think that's what they were talking about. Yeah, reset Firefox. In the upper window, Firefox menu button, click help. Okay. And then help menu, troubleshooting information. There it is, troubleshooting information. We'll get that opened up. Ah, here we go. See, I've been here before, I just don't remember. And I've been here since the Quantum came out. Okay, now, I've never done this, even when I had, Firefox crashing and stuff, because I would lose, we'll go into it, but it always said you would lose all your bookmarks and everything. Well, I already backed up all my bookmarks. Might have made a couple more today, but I'll go ahead and back them up again. Let's do it right now. We're in the library. Just go up to the top of the library here, and you don't have to click on all bookmarks, but I'll do it. I don't think it makes any difference. I've never seen it make any difference, but you could click there. That's the ones you really want, is all those. So import or backup. Now, the only good way to do it, you could say backup and it'll save it as a JSON file, but they rewrite the whole thing. You can't, everything. See, and those are automatic anyway, so if you really wanted to restore from one of those, you could. But it'll overwrite everything. I've done it before. So, and that's what that backup does. It's a JSON, JSON file. File extensions, but export to HTML, you can re-import them into any browser. Any browser that I know of will take that style of bookmark backup. So I don't want to accidentally make it do it. Okay, see, I've done it today already. So I'll just say make it number 2. Number 2, I'll do it that way so I'll know for sure it's different. And just say, let it go. So it'll take a little while. You can, and if you use Crusader File Manager, then you can sit there and watch it. You can watch the file size grow, and then you'll know. See, the last one I did was 244 megabytes. Is it already done? I don't see how it can be done that fast. Oh, that's the one that's already done. Oh, it hasn't. See, it hasn't even started making that new file yet. It will in a minute. So the one I did earlier today, in a little while it'll show up. In a little while it'll show up. It takes a little while. Sometimes it freezes up Firefox and I can't even do anything with it until it's done. But it doesn't give you any, progress report or anything. What I'll do a lot is click somewhere else. Okay, well, it moved. Huh. Well, I'll check back in a minute, and if it doesn't start making one, oh, there it is. See, now you can see the file growing. Okay, so once that gets up to the same size or a little bigger than that one, I'll know it's done. That's how I can tell it's done. It doesn't tell you. Don't close anything until it's done. So, go back to my folder. There it is. Okay, now, so, okay, went to the troubleshooting. We got that open. Now, if you're unable to access it, type about support. Okay, and then refresh. Click the refresh. Say that once. Refresh Firefox button in the upper right hand corner. There it is right there. Restart with add-ons disabled. Try safe mode. I'll read through this in a minute. I just thought I'd follow these instructions. Then to continue, and it opens for the window. Okay, I'll wait till my backups are done. Oh, and it says it'll replace a I don't know if it's where it's going to put it. That's the thing. It's going to place an old Firefox data folder on your or a file. No, it's a folder. If it didn't fix your problem, you could restore it and all that stuff. So yeah, I'll put that in my backup. Then it says run Malwarebytes. Okay, so okay, looks like it's done because it's just a tiny bit bigger. See, that was 0.3 and that's 0.5. I just remembered that even it's not giving me any trouble today. I think I'll close it though. I don't know. It's doing really well. I've been having trouble on and off with Crusader using up too much resources if while I'm making a video, but it's doing fine. Okay, so let's go over here and just read through this. The page contains, let's see, I want to make sure everything's going good on my stream still. I mean, it says my stream is good and all that. But, okay, technical information might be useful in trying. So I've never done it because I didn't want to lose. It doesn't tell you here, but I've read it before in the explanations about how to do this, that it always said you would lose all of your, that you'd lose all of your bookmarks and everything. Your bookmarks, your add-ons. Of course, my add-ons should be saved in the Firefox sync backup. But what's going to happen is is that bad add-on? If it's a bad add-on somewhere, I mean, I don't know of any of them being bad that I have. But I'll bet it's a cookie. I'll bet you it's a cookie that's causing this. And there's another page that was pretty good. Let's see, where is it? Well, let's just go back over, kind of go through this, and then I'll... Okay, Firefox version, update history, release, sells my OS. I was stopping my preview over there. I couldn't remember which way was which because it's silent. Right? I made it silent so it wouldn't. Okay, about plugins. So you can look at your plugins. Yeah, the HD64 and the Web Divine. Okay. Build configuration. Of course, this is all pretty, technical stuff. Memory. I didn't know you could do that. Huh. I haven't been into any of this stuff in a long time. I'm not going to play with it right now. Performance. Okay. It's a live view of what's going on there. Service workers? What are service workers? Okay. I used to get into all this a lot more, but I just kind of got, tired of messing. My brain quit working good enough to understand all this junk anymore. So, but I used to pore over these kind of things, but I don't remember seeing some of this. I think it's some new stuff, or new to me. Some of this may be stuff I've already seen. I'm just going through it really, really fast because I don't want to spend forever going through it. Let's see what happened. It must have... oh, no, that's the page I was on. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, see, so this is about support. I know I bet. We'll see, it's in my bookmarks. Crash reports, extensions. Looks like it has them all in there. Not, it's not telling you which one will work and which one won't work. They're not gone, the old ones. And as a matter of fact, I think that they're still in my sync, and if I open up Firefox with an older version, not only will they be there and work, but if they're not installed, it'll go ahead and install them. But I know sometimes I get a message. Well, I get a message saying this one, so and so plugin, one of my newer ones, won't work on this Firefox because it's too old. When I open up an older machine, has an older version. Like I say, the Bane is quite a bit further behind. It's like on Firefox 45. The Bane 8 is anyway. And some of my really old machines, that's what I have on them because they can't run anything. Can't run Fedora anymore at all. Not worth a hoot anyway. Fedora uses a lot more I like Fedora. It's my favorite operating Linux distro. Linux is the operating system, but it uses more resources than the Bane does by a lot. So I put it on some of the older machines, like the laptop. And I'm monitoring it's got the Bane 8, I think, on it, or 8 or 9, I think it's 8. And that's how I monitor I'm using it now to monitor my live feed. That's the only thing I'll ask it to do is just watch my live feed. And sometimes I have to close the browser and open it back up when it starts getting tired. But it's a 1.6 gigahertz single core with 2 gig of RAM, and it can do that. And it's nice and quiet too. This one don't make any noise. My other one, this is a Dell 6000 and the Dell 1525, which Mom's using right now. It's her machine. It's a dual core with 3 gig of RAM, but its fan is rattly, and when it starts working hard, it just drives me nuts. I'm talking about one thing and paging through another. I'm sorry. I'm not that with it today, am I? Okay, so yeah, that's the information. So, yeah, I mean, there's no point in restarting it with add-ons disabled and messing around with things because it's just way too complicated. Too many. I've tried because like I'd have an add-on. What I would do sometimes, I would install 3 or 4 add-ons and then I didn't know which one was causing the problem, and I liked them all, but I wanted to only have to delete the one was causing the problem, so I would try to figure it out and follow their advice on their pages and stuff. But before I click refresh Firefox, I wanted to kind of see. Whoops, that was not what I meant to do. There, I thought I was in here. I was using my keyboard up and down arrow key. Okay. There's one that I remember was interesting. Somebody wrote on the Firefox support forum, I found a fake Firefox update. And it sounds a lot like, oh, well, there you go. That's the one. It's a different address, a whole different address, but it's the same. It looks a lot. This is an older that's an older icon I remember from Firefox 2. When was that? So this isn't, of course, none of this stuff has never happened. Something brand new that's never happened before. I don't know. I don't see a date on this page, and I spent a lot of time on this, going to these links, because I thought maybe they'll tell me what's happening, because I was trying to find 2 things that I was trying to find. Well, I already found quite a bit about the install 25. I was trying to find more about the addonbrowser.com thing and what was going on with that. And I didn't find anything. I did Google searches and I looked around here. And it just gave you really general, like, what is a virus? When you click on something, that link there and stuff like that. And, of course, any real help always turns back to, doing it in Windows anyway. So, I had meant, I want to stay there. I meant for it to open up there, but it didn't. Okay, let's see. Yeah, addonbrowser.com. See, I did a search for that. And I, of course, right-clicked and scanned these links before I went there and all that. And I really didn't find anything. I tried things like, malware Linux. Really didn't get anywhere that way. Except for people, what kind of problems they have. When I search on Google, I'm redirected to somewhere, So, I think this is the other one about, they call it big searches, which I didn't get it. I haven't seen, it doesn't say, this is the one I didn't fall for that and install that. But I want to stop from it even popping up. And maybe it's already stopped. Maybe it was in cookies and it's over now. But I really am concerned. and I thought I would try this. I've never done it, and well, like I said, though, since something a little bit odd has been, whenever some of my add-ons would update, I would get some ads that I didn't know what they were connected to, what add-on they were with. I think, well, maybe there is something, some sort of malvertising, they call it. It's an advertising malware type of thing. Maybe there's something in there that is not being detected at all. And of course, ClamAV is not. It's pretty basic. So, and especially if it's something pretty new, maybe it's not even, if it's pretty new, it's not even showing up in nearly any of the, the Windows, like Malwarebytes or any of that stuff. If it was showing up anywhere, it would be in like Avast and Malwarebytes and stuff like that, I would think. So, there's the common things that happens, and I'm not going to go through those. It's, it's the same stuff you always see. Change your browser security settings and stuff. Of course, I haven't looked at mine in a while, so I wouldn't know that it had done that. That just popped right out. Let's see. Let's go through some of them, I guess. Unwanted pop-up banner ads. I'm not getting those. I'm getting tabs opening up. I'm not getting any pop-ups like that. Of course, it doesn't mean, there's just so many different ways they do it. I haven't had my home page changed. That's a dead giveaway right there. Web browser slowing down or crashing. Well, when I have such a low video memory on this machine of 256 megabytes that usually if I watch videos for an hour, 2 hours, YouTube or anything like that, or well, like say Amazon, I have Amazon Prime. If I try to watch stuff on there, I usually only 1 hour is about it before I have to close the browser and open it back up, or, well, really, that doesn't do it. I have to reboot the machine, usually. Toolbars, nothing, none of that. Now, this is Microsoft. You can't launch. That'd be something. Because of this, you can't launch Adobe Photoshop or Microsoft Office. Of course, I don't have any of that. Your internet connection is slow. Now, I have a lot of trouble with it. Comes and goes. Pages not wanting to load, and then sometimes it'll just be different pages, different websites, which may just be internet traffic, and then sometimes I have to, which I think that's probably, it's hard to tell though, but generally I think I've had trouble for months, for the last couple of years actually. I have to reboot my modem and my router, and that straightens it out. So but if it was because of this, how would you know? That it's that instead of your modem or router or both. And unwanted programs, free games can install. Now, I haven't, of course. Well, none of this could happen on the Linux. This is all Windows stuff, and it's not going to be installed. It may try. I've seen. I've sat there and seen it happen before in years past. I've seen some really malicious thing like a drive-by install, and it would try to actually install some program on my system, but it was a Linux system and it just failed. It couldn't install, because it was a Windows program. System shuts down. Well, mine hasn't done that. But when those, they're hard to tell. There's so many reasons for poor performance. Potential sources for this particular one they call it big searches, and of course there's nothing in what I've seen that connected. The only reason I know they call it big searches is because I looked up that actual URL. Of course I didn't go there. Maybe it would have said something about big searches if I'd installed it. Anyway, bundling to freeware, shareware software, included video, audio a version player, so you could get it from you could get it through if you're installing some freeware, and it would be bundled into it. Malicious browser expansions and toolbars, compromised websites, which may be what happened. You know, it could have been a drive-by. Fake alerts claiming that you need to update software. Well, that's what I had, you know. I said I need to update Firefox. Of course, you get bad email stuff all the time, but I don't click on them. I don't even, I mean, it doesn't matter, you know, if it's from something I deal with all the time, a big website that I use all the time. I just hardly ever, unless I have a scanner in my Thunderbird. I use Thunderbird email client, and I have a scanner. I think I think it might be V2Zilla. I have a scanner in it too, and I can right-click and scan links. And before I scan, unless I just flat forget, before I click on a link of any kind, I scan it first. Usually I just go to that website and hunt and try to find the link they're wanting me to go to. Sometimes I can't find it, and then I'll scan the link and go ahead and click on it. Or go to the website, log in first, and then click on that link. And if it actually log in again, it's probably a spoof link. It's a redirected link, and it's not going where it says it's going. So don't use it. Don't log in again. Well, that used to be a good simple rule. Now, for security reasons, a lot of these websites will ask you to log in again to make sure it's really you. And so, let's see, downloads, yeah, from peer-to-peer and stuff like that. Can easily remove them by any malware tools and stuff like that. Of course, you can't do. There's another one they're telling you to use on this site. You know, can't do that. Oh, well, what I was going to say is, also today, I've been scanning this thing for 2 days and nights, and it came up clean, other than some old other unrelated stuff on my backup drive, and I need to get rid of everything on there. But that could possibly be bad. But I got a notice, and this was, I'm sure, real. I've had it a couple of times, and well, started last year. I got it. You know, you'll get those notices. I hardly ever go to Facebook, but I have a Facebook account, and I had it since it was brand new, and I didn't really like it. I never used it, but everybody I know's on there, so I didn't delete the account in case they, you know, it's the only way. Some of them I even have a way to contact them, you know. But so I got a notice saying somebody in Russia tried to log into your Facebook account. Was that you? You know. Well, no, of course not. So I wasn't feeling well, and I didn't want to get on. I didn't feel like getting on Facebook and messing with it. So I knew it would tell me to reset my password and all that stuff. So I forgot about it actually a couple of 3 weeks ago. Well, yesterday or today, I got an email saying, yeah, it was this morning. It said, okay, well, your Facebook's been blocked, which I didn't know it because I didn't try to get on there, but now it's back up and it's unblocked, and we think it's okay now. And it always says somebody tried, but they didn't get in, you know. And so I went, and it said, I forgot what the email said. Anyway, it said a link to go do whatever, you know, change your password or something. So I didn't go there, but I right-clicked on it with that little, I'm not going to go open up my emails, but I right-clicked on it like I've been doing in here, you know, and I had a scanner, and I scanned it, and it came up clean, and it looked like it was really going to Facebook, but still I wouldn't do it that way. I wouldn't ever click on those links. I go to Facebook, log in, and then go find what I need to do. So then I thought, Then later I got one saying, someone clicked on that link that we sent you. Then I thought, holy crap, maybe they actually have a password to my email and they've been logging into my email, you know. And then later on I thought, well, wait a minute, maybe it's because I used that scanner and it showed up to them as me clicking on the link. But at any rate, I went and got on another machine that, you know, like I was telling them, I got on another machine, a brand new browser, clean, you know, no add-ons, no syncing set up. I didn't set up any syncing. I downloaded and installed a brand new Firefox and put it on that machine for me to use, and standalone mode. Didn't sync it. and I went ahead and went in there and changed my email password and changed my Facebook password. So I had to do all that, and I didn't want to do videos on that because, I might accidentally show my password or something. I'm not thinking straight. So that I did all that today before, so I'd forgotten about that. And what's this? Firefox issues. Oh yeah, this is some of that stuff I went through. This is where you get all the generic stuff that's really I didn't find anything much helpful in there. I mean, if you didn't know a single thing about it, any of this, maybe it'd be helpful, but it's real general. And one good thing is, like, if you go to like I say, you're having a problem with Firefox, Mozilla's Firefox, then if you go to, this is the only link I found about Linux malware. Look where it takes you. A Wikipedia page. General information about malware that can affect Linux. I was just pissed by that time. So, and that one there, I never found anything about that thing there. So, somewhere, let's try one more time. Let's see. There is one thing I was kind of really, I don't know if I can find it or not. Oh, okay, here we go. Refresh Firefox. Let's see. I don't know why I can't. It's bringing them up before I even hit enter. Okay, there we go. Refresh Firefox. That's the one. I'll put it in there for now. And you may have seen that. It'll come up at the bottom saying you haven't, especially if you haven't been on the machine in a while. I saw it 3 or 4 times in the last couple of days on the other machines. Do you want to refresh Firefox? And of course, it just says, do you want to do it? You can click on it and do it. But if you do it, it will. You need to know what's going to happen. Let's see. There we go. I think this might tell you. Reset add-ons and settings. See, it's your settings, your add-ons. It used to be your book. You would lose all your bookmarks too, and that's why I never did it. I'm not going to try to read it out loud right at the moment here. Let's see. Yeah, about support. Okay. If you couldn't start Firefox normally, you could do it in safe mode. There. What does it do? That's just the thing. All of your Firefox and personal information are stored in a profile folder. Refresh feature works by creating a new profile folder for you while saving your important data. Okay, it says it's going to save that stuff. Extensions and things will be removed. Add-ons stored in other locations will not be removed but may be modified. Preferences will be reset. See, that would be a pain in even that. Oh, it says it will save your bookmarks, browsing and download history, passwords. Oh, okay. I don't want the cookies. So if I just close Firefox and open it back up, I'll get rid of the cookies. Before I hit refresh, I'm going to close Firefox and open it back up. I don't know if I want to do it now. I was going to do it, but all the hard work I've done, just now resetting everything the way I want it, it will undo that. These things will be removed. Extensions, things, website permissions, modified preferences, added search engines, DOM storage, security certificates, device setting. Everything that you did, worked hard for months and months to get it the way you wanted, it's going to take it out. But the one thing that's the most dangerous is not going to get rid of the cookies. What the heck? See, this is not a Windows system, so I don't know that it'll be able to find my desktop to put it on there. That's what I'm worried about there. What will it do? Just not do it? It happens sometimes. If you're doing something that like this in a program that's not really, you know, I don't know, Linux friendly or Linux savvy or whatever, you can just, it'll just skip that step, you know, not do it. Okay, so I was all set to do it. I thought, well, because I was worried, you know, about, because well, earlier today I saw it 3 or 4 times. I would open up Firefox and it would open up. Well, I only noticed that add-on browser.com coming up, tab coming up once, and I noticed this coming up two or 3 times. What happened? Did I mess it up? No. Okay, so, but it's quit, and I've opened it up about 6 times now. I've opened and closed Firefox, so I think maybe it was a cookie that finally got deleted. Because some cookies, you know, will get, well, if it was malicious, I don't think it would. See, some cookies never expire. That's why earlier when I said, don't just let cookies stay until they expire. There is most of the cookies you don't want, they don't have an expiration date built into them. They don't expire, and they'll stay there forever. So, and that's the other thing is the reason I had that other add-on that. Go to my add-ons again. The reason I'm going to close this, well, let's leave it open for now. The reason I had this add-on, Better Privacy, see if it'll tell you. It's, of course, just say, uh-oh, somebody's knocking on my door. Hang on. Yeah?
You have a call from the pharmacy.
Oh, really? Okay.
Do you want to call her?
What's
Got your medicine.
What time is it? What time is it? Oh, okay.
Close to 5.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to wait till tomorrow now. They're closed.
They just closed just this minute.
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay. Thanks. I got a message about, I ordered my medicine and I got a message about it, but I'm in the middle of making a video now. I think they close at 5:30 or 6 or something. Anyway, yeah, it's 5:20 now. I was confused. It looks dark. The windows look dark. It must be cloudy outside because it doesn't get dark till 8 or 9. I thought it was. I thought for a minute there it was really late, like after dark. So anyway, this add-on. Oh, it's not even. It's gone now. Oh, I guess they took it out of Firefox add-ons. That's what happened. Okay. Yeah, they're not even going to have any of the old add-ons in their website anymore. So anyway, it would delete it would get rid of super cookies, flash cookies, and every other kind of weird cookie you never heard of. It would delete them, and I had it set to delete them every time I closed Firefox. That's the way I kept it. So now there's not anything. I think I tried to find something like that. Oh, let's go back to that. Legacy, better privacy, find a replacement, clear flash cookies. Okay, there's one. Yeah. Well, that might be something. Whoops. Why did it does that? This used to work so well. Ever since, it's been years now. There. Used to, I could do that so perfectly. Sometimes I mistype, but I'm not mistyping every time. It goes right to it and then moves because it's got this smart. It's not smart. It's ridiculously stupid. I don't care how many times I type fire or Firefox. Now see, I finally got it to stop on fire. All I wanted was for it to go there. Okay, so let's see. Automatically deletes flash cookies. Like the defunct Better Privacy add-on. Yeah, flash cookies can be used to create super cookies that recreate, delete HTTP tracking cookies, view existing flash. Delete. Yeah, see, super cookies can be used to create super cookies that recreate deleted HTTP tracking cookies to view your existing flash cookies. But you may lose game data. Well, games, I don't care about games. I don't play games in any browser for sure. I haven't played a game in it forever anyway. Less of an issue in Firefox 55 because Flash is clicked to activate by default, but deleting Flash cookies is a good precaution if you don't actually need Flash. Consider disabling. I don't have Flash installed in this browser, do I? I'll put a 1 in front of that just to remind me that it's something I'm interested in. That's how I do that for myself. I'm not going to install it right now, but it's possible that I might want to do something like that. Right now I have it to delete, but see, when you used to, back when I used that, one of the things was that even though you had turned on delete cookies, it did not delete flash cookies. Firefox column. Okay. I'm going to put that on that link so I'll know. So, what I'm going to do, my laptop went to sleep. I'm going to go ahead and start my preview again. What I'm going to do is go ahead and close Firefox. Let's see. First, what did it say about looking, how you could see where your cookies are? Cookies. Does this have anything to tell me where the cookies are? Let's see. It'll take me right to somewhere. Okay, so it's not going to be easy. So what I'm going to do to find that, I'm going to close Firefox. I have it set to delete all cookies. And then when I let it finish closing, I'll open it back up. And then I will open it back up. Is it? Yeah, I'm sure it's finished, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, let's. Yeah, no Firefox. I think I'll close Crusader just to make sure it's, it is using up 2 or 3% of my processing power at times when I look at it. So, no telling what it might be doing when I'm not looking. So, I'm not really seeing, if it doesn't delete cookies to do their refresh, I'm not seeing exactly. The only thing that could be a benefit is it's deleting all of your add-ons, but I haven't had any of these symptoms, bad add-ons. So You can just restart with add-ons disabled. Now, if that was still popping up, I could try that. Report it. Oh, there it is. Report a deceptive site. Yeah. Yeah, okay, that's not. Yeah, you have to be on the site. Okay, now, is that really the only way you can do it? I mean, I don't want to go. I can sell. Like I know that those two sites are bad, but I don't want to go to them so I can report them. That would be the stupidest thing in the world. Okay, that's not any help. Okay, troubleshooting information. Profiles. It's about profiles. Oh, okay. Oh, that's pretty cool. You can create a new profile there. I didn't know you could do that. See, I'm learning stuff. Restart with add-ons. Disable, restart. Okay, so my default profile, I can guess by looking at the data, the one that's been altered, lately. And then there's another one. Oh, it's the same one. Okay, and then profile. Oh, and that's dev edition. Okay, so it's only the profiles I'm using that it sees. So when I'm in my folders, I see the old profiles that aren't being. So this is developer edition. That would be that one right there. Now that's the profile for it. Okay, so yeah, I used to. I mean, cookies are stored somewhere, and you could go. I was thinking there might be a way to. Check the cookies in straight from the they might be able to, find out what's up with about cookies. I don't believe that's. I didn't think so. That's not one either. About add-ons is one. See, that'll take you to add-ons. So if you know those little addresses, those local addresses, you can go to them. Which, of course, the add-on that I uninstalled is gone now. But I mean, doing that whole refresh thing, the more I think about it, the more I read about it there, the more I'm not so sure that it would actually help me. What does it do? Do I have that playing over there? Yeah, it looks like I do, but I don't have the audio. I haven't checked the audio yet. So I want to make sure everything's working there. And it's still, I didn't pause it. Okay, so yeah, it saves the cookies. Something I don't want. I would like to go see where my cookies are. Okay, extensions and themes. permissions, modified preferences, added search engines. This is why I've never done it. All the stuff you want to keep, it gets rid of. You know, all the stuff, everything. I mean, if it wasn't working right and it's the last resort, you know, I would do it. But it's actually not giving me any. Now that it's quit popping those things up to this afternoon. But what I am concerned about is what could be going on in the background. What made that happen in the first place? Because it wasn't just happening on a certain website or anything. It was just happening when I opened up Firefox. You know, those two. Well, earlier today, 2 or 3 times that bad page, you know, trying to get me to click on that thing did open up. But I have no suspicious add-ons in my list. I can go to my add-ons page, and that was one of the symptoms. They said you wouldn't be able to go to your add-ons page. And I don't know, it says you could use that. Well, I mean, if it worked, you could restore it with, but some of the information by copying the files to the new profile that was created. If you don't need this folder any longer, you should delete it. Page contains sensitive information. Okay. Now I'm not. I was feeling pretty desperate, and I was thinking, well, I'll do it. But that was before I had really read up on. I kept thinking, well, what exactly? I couldn't. You know, I was trying to go by my memory of what it did, and actually I remembered fairly well what it did. It doesn't do much of what you want. It does a lot of what you don't want. Generally, I've been able to help my Firefox experience with add-ons, but I've also made it worse with add-ons that didn't work so well and had to find them and get rid of them. But, you know, I haven't got any that have been causing any trouble that I know of. Those have never caused me trouble. That one never has. That one hasn't. That I know of. The only ones that are new enough, I haven't used for a very long time. I use a different version of that one. Is that one right there? Of course, now it's not happening, so I mean, you could disable it. But what I'm guessing though may happen is the next time. This is the one that, not because I suspect it, I've never had any trouble with it, but because the graphics in the page that opened up, that page, can't remember the name of it now. And I don't. Let's open up my. This page that I'm not 100% sure whether it's good, bad, or indifferent could be this addonbrowser.com. I'm not so sure it's not an advertisement page that opens up when this updates. And I just thought it was this kind of, you know, I thought, well, it had graphics with these wild, you know, bright colors. That's the only clue I have. I mean, downloadhelper.net is its website, not, you know, anything to do with that. So, but I thought, well, are they sending me to another site, you know? Yeah, there's no links just right on the front of that page, you know. I think I looked around on here. I even went to their video sites to see if there's a long list, and I started searching for add-on browser, you know, and I just gave up because it was too long of a list. But I was just a, you know, wild idea, kind of. Yeah, I started going to these like that, and I did this one, and I did this one. This is a GitHub page, and it's just a standard GitHub page. If you've ever seen GitHub, there's usually not any. I mean, there's a few links right there, but there wasn't any add-on browser, and I even searched for that other one too, that malware page. I mean, if these had been hacked, sometimes a good page can get hacked, and have malware on it, and they don't even know it yet, or they haven't figured out how to get it off of there yet. But this is a relatively new one, because the one I used to use, 10i, I still have that. I thought I'd get rid of that. Yeah, it doesn't really work too well. It got to where it didn't really work anymore. Could remove it, but let's see. I don't see search with 10i on there. That's the one that I use. Oh, that's why it's in there, because it's going along with this. Okay, I've already went through this before. I forgot. So that may be what that thing uses. I guess it's like, if you want to use 10i from that with this, then you need to have 10i installed. I've used that ever since it very first came out years ago. So yeah. Right now it's not happening again, so let's see. Firefox cookies location, let's see. Well, let's narrow it down. Now, before I go there, I think I'll scan the link. That says support.mozilla, so it should be okay, but let's just make sure. I was all set. Well, I don't see the one thing that I really thought refreshing Firefox would do is, and sometimes it just sits there for a while and doesn't. So then, today I realized, okay, then I'll do this, and even though it seems like it's slower, it can actually get done quicker than that other one sometimes. See, it's just sitting there in the queue. I don't know why. Maybe that site's really busy or something. See, it's already done now, and it's clean, so it still hasn't done it. So use that one. Where are the cookies stored? Firefox 4. Cookies SQLite inside the profile folder. Well, but they may not be that way anymore. Okay. Say Firefox 60 then. Oh, that says where to find download files, not cookies. Yeah, that's clean, but that wasn't what I was looking for. Downloads just goes to download. Well, goes to where you tell it. I mean, the default is your downloads folder in pretty much any system. Okay, I wasn't reading. I was just hurrying up and clicking, trying to be in a hurry. That just does its thing. I don't like to sit there and watch it. That's 2011. That's really didn't really help. I started to put Fedora in there. If you narrow it down too much, I did put Fedora in there. Okay. If you don't narrow it down enough, you won't find it forever. If you narrow it down too much, you won't find anything. Okay, that's clean. Which one was it? You can't just click on it and go there. Or can you? Oh. What is that? Oh, that's more results. Now, you can do that. Like, say, if you forgot where. No, that won't work. I started to say you could. Oh, there's the link right there. No, that's not going to show the whole link. Maybe that'll go to it. Reanalyze, open, and virus total grab. No. So, you better remember which link was the one you just scanned. Oh, there it goes. It's still showing up. So I hold down Control, by the way, and click on it. That's how I get it to not lose my page that I'm on. Somebody wants to save their cookies. Cookies SQLite file, but this was 6 years ago, so you can use this button to go to that folder. What button? Help, troubleshooting information, profile directory, open containing folder. Okay, help, troubleshooting information, profile directory. I thought I heard thunder. Profile directory. There. Open containing directory. Oh, it's I'm doing Firefox.Mozilla Firefox, and it's okay. And that's my default. Okay, that's the profile that I'm using. But it's just the main profile. It didn't go to. Oh, there, cookies SQLite right there. That's a back file though. Okay, there's cookies SQL wall, cookies SQL SHM, cookies SQLite. There it is. That's the one. I wonder if you can view it from right here. Let's try the built-in. Oh, this is a, I guess you'd say a binary file. I forget which word's right, but anyway, it's not a text file that you can just read. You know, there used to be, they must have changed it because years ago you could just open up a folder full of cookie files and most of them were text cookies and you could just delete them. Wow. They've changed it. It's 1.5 megabytes, so let's see, cookies back. Where's the back? That was only 1 megabyte. There's nothing really big. But Flash cookies, like I said, they're not using them as much as they used to. But Flash cookies would be of a bit. Well, if they're stored here, they might have been stored somewhere else. So that's why you need add-ons to do that stuff for you. See, even the browser companies don't want you to delete the cookies because they use them too. And the problem is, yeah, they can be useful, but they can also be very malicious. And that's a back door into your system, because that's anything that can mess up your web browser can be operating system independent. So it doesn't matter what operating system you're on; it can mess you up. So. Well, here's the thing that was really hit me, and why I'm going on and on about this, because if there is okay, we know there's tracking cookies. Now, if they're malicious and they're not obeying the national and worldwide rules and laws, of course they're not if they're malicious and if they're hackers and if they're criminals, then if they can figure out a way to track your your passwords and everywhere you're going, and it can range anywhere from, like I read on one of these sites, anywhere from tracking you to send you advertisements that are exactly targeted to what they think you would like, to tracking your logging into your bank account, shopping on a website, getting your passwords, stealing your money. And this could all be done without a virus per se, or a Trojan per se, that we're usually used to thinking of. It could be done with I'm thinking it can be done with cookies. I'm pretty sure I've read about it before in years past, actually. But I've read and tried to learn about this stuff on and off over the years, and there's so much to it, and so many different ways there already have been figured out, and they're always figuring out new ways to use normal mechanisms in a malicious way, So all I can see is to help myself right now, until I can completely, what I'm going to do is reformat this system anyway, but completely reformat it and start new. But until I can do that, or until I think I absolutely have to, I'd like to finish Mom's system first, before I start doing this one. Where's my settings? There's what I'm still 60.0.2. I forgot where it was, but there we go. It's beginning to thunder. I think I'm gonna get up here to be safe. In case my power goes out or anything. Sometimes the slightest little thunder will knock out my power. I was looking for the cookies part, see if it is still the way I left it. There we go. Oh. Well, it won't let me kind of see. Oh, here we go. I used to search in here, and I was in the privacy area when I did it. Cookies currently using 338 megabyte of space. Cookies and site data. Oh, okay, but I just saw the cookie SQL files. They're not big like that. Clear data, manage data, exceptions. Okay, yeah. Okay, nothing got changed. Never. I'm going to leave it like that. Don't accept cookies from third-party sites. Now, see that a third-party site could be that malicious site. So if I don't accept any at all, and now here's the thing: you could have a real headache. You could be trying to use your favorite site, and the site quits working, and it won't tell you usually. It's not working because you're not accepting a cookie. It just won't work anymore. So if you do this and you're like me, you'll forget that you did this. Well, I may remember this because it's a big deal for a while, but after a few months, if everything's okay, I might forget, and I won't know why that site don't work, and I'll be really aggravated. But those defaults were terrible. They weren't even barely, safe. It's been years, 10 years since they started warning us about cookies and that you shouldn't leave them on your system indefinitely and all that stuff because of the malicious people out there. And that's just my idea from what I know. There could be other ways that those, tabs were being injected to open up automatically. Now that I thought I'd be able to show it in the video, but they quit doing it, which I'm glad. But well, there you go, clear data. I don't know. I don't know if that will come up again, but I'm putting it in there. I'm going to do that and see what happens because it wasn't already bookmarked. But of course, you could clear history and all that, but that's just download history and all that stuff. I like that because it helps me. Not worried about someone else. I'm not worried about if anybody seeing anything. Here at the house or whatever. So I'm not worried about that part of that kind of thing. Okay, so I'm going to leave it as it is till tomorrow, the next day, or so on. If it comes back up again, the simplest thing to do. I mean, I've spent a couple hours now talking about this and going into it, and I could have just reformatted this system. It really only takes about 30 minutes to install. I think it's really like 20-25 minutes to just flat install. And I back up every day. I still need to go through and make sure all my backups are good and all that before I did it. But I could reinstall, and then I have script. If I don't have them built, I need to back up all my apps again, make sure. But I can reinstall all my apps again within a few hours with install scripts that I have. And get things back to my normal way. Okay. So that would really be the easiest way to make sure I'm okay, is to just reinstall my operating system, which is what I've been wanting to do anyway. So maybe that's what I'm going to have to do. I'll always have that in the back of my mind as long as I'm running this system as it is. That's for sure. That what is really going on with it? Is there? Am I? And when I log into one of my websites, of course, some sites I use the Firefox password manager, which is encrypted, so even if they wouldn't see anything that they could decipher unless they really were good at that sort of thing. Sometimes though I do type in passwords and they'd be able to see that. You're supposed to be, when you're on an SS. Well, it depends on what level they haven't got into your system, because like the data, if it's an SSL page, at HTTPS, then the data coming from your machine to that machine is encrypted. But when you're typing it, if I'm typing it in, most sites, you don't even see it. You see the little dots or whatever. But anyway, there are times when you're on your own system when it may be in plain text, and if they're keylogging you, they're watching your keys that you type. Well, it wouldn't really matter. If they were able to log what you type on your keyboard, then it leaves your keyboard in plain, in a way that could be read, and then it gets encrypted, and going off through the web browser and all that. So if they're into your system, and if they could see, when you're typing here, like, of course, if I was typing a password there and it was just showing dots to me, that's not 100% sure that still wouldn't be readable if you were monitoring the system. It depends, I think. But anyway, there's so much to know about all that stuff, and I know just enough to get in trouble, I guess. Hopefully I learned enough to stay out of trouble, but not always, because look at here. But All right, so I'm gonna go because it is thundering, and I'm really getting tired and really hungry now. Anyway, so here we go. It's always something, isn't it? um, well, I just now noticed. Yeah, nobody tried to chat with me while I just now thought about that. I didn't even thought about it all this whole time. Once in a while, somebody will say something to me on there, and that's one of the reasons why I have that page open over there on the laptop. But it didn't. So anyway, I thought I would share that. And yeah, well, I will always publish these videos. You know, these live videos as a regular video once I'm done with them. So if you see it later, go ahead and make a comment and tell me what if you know anything about all this, especially this particular stuff here. I'd be glad to know about it, more about it. All right, this is Don, and I'm gonna go. Talk to you later. Bye.